this video, we are going to be going over custom reporting in ThunderPOS. We're going to show you how to use the report generator, what you can and can't do with it, and just generally how to use it. So if we look over to our machine here and we look at the program, to find the custom report viewer, it's under Tools and then Report Generator. And we're going to have a number of options for our reports that we can do. So we can do a report type, and you can see the types of reports that we have. Just for the purposes of showing this, I'm just going to do an inventory report, but they all work pretty similarly. They just have different columns and filters. So then we can pick out what we want to have on here. You can multi-select, so let's say we want all 3 item IDs. You can put all 3 on here and then hit add. You can actually have whatever width you want here. Once they're on there, you can reorder them, so you can move them up and down. You can modify them, which is mostly just the width. So like you can make item ID 3 a little wider if we wanted to. Just throw a couple more on here. And just to show it, I'm just going to fill in some fields with no filters and then show the report. And you'll see here in a second when it pops up that we get that report in the order we showed. As you can see, item ID 3 is in fact wider than the other columns because we made it wider. But this will put all these columns in the order that we choose. Now, if we want to filter on that, for example, if we want to, let's take these 2 off. So we'll remove those and we'll add used in stock as well. And new price and used price, just as an example. So you can see that the column names are in alphabetical order before we add them, so you can just find them there depending on which report you're doing. And then we'll add just non-zero stocks. This is a pretty simple report, but just an example of a report. And then we can actually, if we want to run this report many times in the future, we can just hit Save Template. And we'll say non-zero stock levels. And you can see that we now have a template named that. And if we go out, do other things, and then come back in, and we go to our reports, and then to our template list, you can see that when we pull that up, it's going to save the columns and everything and immediately reload the report the same way we had it. You can also, if you are using the emailed reports feature and you have email set up, you can manage that and have these custom reports sent through the manage scheduled list here, which I don't have the emailed reports set up on this one, but this will allow you, you just have to make sure you save the template first and then you fill it in, same as any other report, and you add it as a scheduled report to email out on a regular basis. So big thing is sometimes with the filters, you may be asked to select a values. For example, for category, we have to select, the category that we want to filter. You'll notice here that we also have a checkbox that says match all filters. If you don't check that, then any item that matches any one of the filters will show up. So usually you do want to have match all filters on. The reason you might not is if you're just doing category searches, for example, and you wanted things in multiple different categories. So I would suggest that you kind of play around with this. You can usually find something you like. In particular, if you're not looking to actually print it, you can get a lot more on here than you can on the built-in reports. Just because we have to make those built-in reports able to be printed. Another thing to note here, you can at the top here select your sort. Your sort fields depend on the particular report, but it's very self-explanatory. You can sort by up to 3 columns and then ascending or descending. And you can customize the font sizes. Definitely be careful with that. If you go too large, you're not going to be able to print it. But that should pretty much do it. If we're not going to go through every report type here, but you can come in here and play with it yourself. We do occasionally add new report types here or new columns. These tend to be more things that are lists of things, so like a list of invoices or a list of items, not your totals. For totals, you're going to look at the built-in reports. This is really for, you need kind of a data export to some degree. Thank you for watching. Contact us with any questions, and we will see you next time.